Well, hey pals, Peeps here. Thanks for dropping in today. Just got 3 cards to show, 3 pickups, probably going back about 3 months. Just cards I haven't shown yet, and they are related to my pursuit of more big moments, very, very iconic moments, and what could be in the future considered to be iconic moments on cardboard. So, like I said, I've got 3 pickups to show, and I've got 1 PSA reveal, which was kind of interesting. I had a submission to PSA that I got back maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and this was in it. But I digress. Why don't we start with the one on the board? I like to start by zooming out and showing you everything that goes into these amateur videos. All right, we're back. Leading things off. Where were we? We were here. We're leading things off with the 2001 Topps Gold Golden Moments subset, and this is the Don Larson pitching the perfect game. Yogi Berra jumping into his arms. Perfect game in the World Series, something we will likely never see again. And it's only been done this once. What a moment, a totally iconic moment. The perfect game in the 1956 World Series, a World Series that the Yankees would, of course, go on to win. Love this one. This, of course, is the first year of Topps serial numbered gold anyway, numbered to 2001. And the gold borders here are foil, and they're kind of lined. You know, they have a nice little texture to them. It was really nice foil back in the day. The first year, that is. It's kind of special. All right, and that leads me to a card that I'm super, super stoked to have found in the holder that I found it in. It is graded, or authenticated, I should say. And that is the 1961 Topps Don Larson Pitches Perfect Game. And it is signed beautifully by the man himself, right over the graphic banner down here. That location of that autograph, the card is even centered up decently, and I mean, just the scoreboard in the background, just such an amazing card to me. And I loved that I was able to find it in, it's an old school PSA DNA holder, but they did call out the card, the 1961 Topps up here, instead of saying just trading card, which kind of drives me insane. So I was really stoked to get this one. I had been looking for a really nice copy of this, a different kind of copy of this card. And this is what I landed on. It was very serendipitous. It was very reasonable. And the sale also supported an organization that I really like. It's a film conservation organization in San Francisco, where I used to live. So it all came together, and this thing is a beauty. Fits perfectly in terms of what I like to collect and go after. All right, next, you know, I missed the boat on the anniversary. It was like a few days ago, 5-6 days ago, when we had Rennie Stennett setting the modern day mark for hits in a baseball game in 1974, or was it 75? It was 75, sorry, 1975, it says right there. 1975, 7 hits in a 9-inning game. No one has ever done that. It did happen in like the 1880s, maybe. The 1800s it happened. But for my money, I'll I'm gonna call Rennie Stennett the record holder on that one. And what is so cool about it is, I don't know if you can see that, it's a Topps buyback. So not only does it fit my collection in terms of all-time records, it's also a nice little variation, a buyback, which I'm super stoked about. Shout out to Shane, and I know there's other, you know, the buyback thing has become more popular, and it's definitely Shane's fault. There's no doubt about that. Rennie Stennett, love that helmet hat, Pirates helmet hat there, and kind of a nice grin on Rennie's face there. What a feat. Super cool, super stoked to land that one. That was also very, very reasonable. Certainly less than the cost of any sort of retail blaster. I think that was like $6 or something. So it worked out. All right, next I will show a pickup because it is related to that record breaker subset. I did finally get the blue sparkle I was looking for. The main card. This is the main card for me in 2025. I've talked about it before on the channel. I opened up some 2025 Topps Heritage. But card number 1 in the set is this record breaker, the first ever 50-50 season for show. And just had to wait a while, and finally this one showed up. And this one's particularly nice in terms of centering. A lot of these are shifted to the right. If you are going to look for one of these, I'd say be patient and try to find one that's nice and centered up. So just really happy about that. I mean, Dodger blue, that blue sparkle. Blue sparkle, something Topps Heritage has been doing for years now. And I don't know, I love this card, and certainly love this parallel. I missed on a black. I was going after a black refractor, and those are always numbered to the year that Heritage throws back to, so that would have been numbered to 76. But I missed it, and it went for way more than I was willing to pay. So I was patient, and the blue showed up, and it was totally reasonable, and I couldn't be happier. All right, to cap things off, I will just want to show you a card that is part of a PSA return that I got a few months ago. I had done a 20 card minimum bulk order to PSA. Anyhow, what I'm getting at is this came back with it. This is the Topps Now from 2023, the World Baseball Classic. The iconic moment where Shohei Ohtani strikes out Mike Trout to win it for Japan. What an image there, with two of the greatest ball players in my lifetime, certainly. And that moment captured beautifully by the photographer and beautifully on cardboard through Topps Now. These were printed to order, but there were, you know, tens and tens of thousands printed because of that. I can't remember the print run. It's plenty. And they grade really easily, so, you know, I'm not shocked by this PSA 10 or anything. Here's the back talking about that moment. And so that's what I wanted to show, a huge moment in baseball history over the last few years, one that I'll certainly never forget. And yeah, that was, thought it fit right in, was a good time to show that one, and that concludes the video. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but big moments, big records. Take care, everybody. Peace.